Hey, this is just another episode of Living Awake, and I want to challenge you to do just that. That everything in the kingdom is practiced. And if you want to see kingdom realities play out in your life, then you've got to practice them. You've got to, exert some effort. You've got to practice joy. You've got to practice peace, hope, strength. You've got to do these things. Have you ever had destination disease? In other words, when you get to the end of the race, or when you get to this point, you'll then feel fulfilled, or you'll then be happy. Once I get here, God, once I get into my new home, once I get into my new school, once I get my new outfit, once I get my new car, fill in the blank, whatever that it is, then you'll feel this sense of joy. You'll know that you've arrived. And that's what we call destination disease. I was watching probably 7 to 10 years ago with my kids. We used to watch this TV series, cartoon series, Phineas and Ferb. And it's about two brothers who invent, in their backyard, invent stuff and go on adventures during summer break every single day. Well, their adventures never play out as planned. And one day, Ferb, who says probably 3 words in every episode, looks at Phineas and he says, "Don't you know, Phineas, joy is found in the journey." And in that moment, I took note, and I'm like, dude, no way. Like, that's powerful, and that's something I need to hold on to, that you can find joy in the journey. You can find joy in the process. And so I just want to challenge you guys. Don't wait until you get to a place to experience the fulfillment and the joy. Find it in the now. Find it in the moment. I'm reminded of, since we've been quarantined, I'm reminded of how I enjoy making coffee. Now, I like a good cup of coffee. I'm not a coffee snob, but I like a good cup of coffee. I buy the beans instead of, beans that are already ground, because I feel like it tastes better. It's fresh. I buy fresh beans. I enjoy the process of grinding. We have a grinder. I enjoy the process of opening up the bag and smelling it. I enjoy inviting my son, my 1-year-old son, to push the grinder button, and then let him smell it. And I enjoy hearing the coffee percolate and, filtering the water, all of that. Well, prior to quarantine, I would just make coffee so that I could have a good cup and then leave and get to my next schedule, the next plan, the next thing, all the while forgetting that I can find joy in the making. Since I've had less meetings and just doing Zoom and Skype, I've slowed down. And there's something to be said about every part of making coffee. And I want to challenge you, there's something to be said about living your life and enjoying and being present and enjoying the moment. The gifts of God are waiting to be unpacked. The gifts of extraordinary are waiting to be unpacked in ordinary life, in our ordinary journey. My senior pastor used to say things like, Adam, extraordinary is always found in big piles of ordinary. And it's very true. And so today I want to challenge you. Practice the kingdom. Practice joy. It says in Philippians, when Paul is talking about running this race in excellence, he wasn't just talking about getting to the end and then celebrating. He said, rejoice always. And again, I say rejoice. So I challenge you. Partner with joy. Partner with kingdom realities. Do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till we're over this curve, once we're past this virus, once things kind of go back to normal. No, find joy now. Because when you find joy and strength during the storm, during the mundane, at the end, you're stronger. At the end, you're more joy-filled. Yeah, make it a good day. Live long and prosper.